mindset techniques which might help you take the action that you know you already need to do, which inshallah will then lead to you getting the result that you want. These are phase 2 group calls. Everyone here on this call is in phase 2 except Abdu. And it's pretty normal if you guys are confused at this point, uncertain, because this is something completely new for you. Even if you have been attempting this for a while and you haven't been able to do the action steps that is required, don't worry. It's just, you do it at your own pace. You know that income is a byproduct of action. So if you do the action, you'll get the result. And not your definition of action, it's what the actual action steps are. So all you need to do, focus on mindset on this call, and we'll take it one step at a time. And inshallah, by the end of the call, you'll be prepared for what is coming this coming week. My intentions, and I want to repeat this over and over again, to keep myself committed to what the goal is, and I can keep myself accountable by telling you guys over and over again why I'm doing this. So number one is helping 1 million orphans in third world countries. Number two is making this the best place for a Muslims to start a halal business. Now today's topic is Abdul making 3.5K this week. And what I'm going to be doing is not just sharing what results he got, but obviously also coaching him through what to do next. So it's going to be beneficial for him and you guys as well, to see what you guys can expect moving forward. Topic number two is, what is the main mindset that I've learned after spending almost 75,000 USD on mentors? And yes, it has been a total of 75,000 in total that I've spent on different mentors, programs, and courses. So what I'm just going to be talking about is what is the main key mindset that I've learned from them and has really helped me so far. Let's start off with Abdu. He's also on this call. So Abdu, is it correct that you've closed $3,500 over the past week? One was the 24th and one was the 26th. Just want a confirmation from you.
Yes, that's correct.
And here's a screenshot that you guys can see right in front of you. So you're moving forward on a trajectory for 10K a month plus, keeping pretty good profit margins. And you did ask me a couple of questions. So first of all, the purpose of me showing you this right now is, number one, this is what you can expect moving forward in phase 3 when we start running ads and hopefully using the automation systems. We have to get to that point. The way you get to that point is getting your first 1.5K client. Abdul, did you initially get your first 1.5K client from cold calling?
I got my first client from actually called DMing.
Oh, cold
DMing his number. Yeah, in Instagram. And
Okay.
from there, I called him and then got him on the call.
Yeah, it's basically the outbound systems on Instagram.
Yeah.
So you did that, got him on a call, closed him, and then we put that money into ads. So that's, here you go. This is the plan. It works. But anyway, just want to confirm before I kind of answer a couple of questions that you asked earlier. What is the ad spend at the moment?
Sorry, can you repeat? I bugged a little bit.
What is your ad spend at the moment?
At the moment, I spend about $30 a day
$30
on ad. Yeah.
Got it. So that means it's about what would you say, 700-800 a month? Yeah, so 700 a month. So that's a very, very good ROAS. That's a solid ROAS for a business. And the good thing about ads is that it just keeps on running. Doesn't matter if you get busy with other things. These ads will never stop running. These ads will never stop showing you the interested people. But cool. Okay, so it's at $30 a day. And your main question, if I'm correct, is how to get more MRR, monthly recurring revenue, moving forward. And number two is how to scale and make it passive. Is that it? Is there anything else, questions-wise?
Yeah, that's pretty much it to me. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Perfect. So basically, let's tackle the first question first, how to get more MRR. Now, when you think of MRR, it's basically getting monthly paychecks like you were with your job. And just so people know, and I'm sure you won't mind me sharing this, Abdul, is that you actually lost your job not too long ago. And the only reason I'm sharing this is that's what actually pushed you to go all in and actually truly make this work. And you don't know, I'm not going to look for another job. I'm going to make sure that I can make this work. And that's eventually made it work for you. Just a quick example for other people that are kind of in a similar position. Is there anything else that you'd like to add for other people just to kind of get the perspective from your side?
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much right. I mean, when I had my job, I wasn't really all in into, this agency stuff. But yeah, when I lost it, I was really about to, do more outreach and spend more on ads.
Yeah.
Just find a way to spend more on ads and get more return, right? Because it's a It's a client acquisition that you have the other day.
Yeah, just being resourceful. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to share that for other people that are wondering, and this is actually what it takes to make things work. And the plan's very simple, guys. Outbounds, get your first 1.5K client, then we put that into ads. Here you go. Now, okay, how to get more MRR, monthly recurring revenue. So when you think of MRR, you're thinking of, okay, getting monthly paychecks, like you were with your job, and it just appeals to our mindset of, safety, security, getting that predictable paycheck. Now, the only thing with business is that one key aspect of business is knowing what is the LTV per customer. So LTV is lifetime value per customer. So let's say, for example, a customer in the accounting industry that you're in stays on for 3 months on average. That means average LTV per customer is 6K. So essentially, there's two ways that we can actually, move forward and make more money. It's either focusing on just a typical lead gen agency, which is what I suggest people starting with because it's simple. You just outsource everything to the media buyer and just focus on getting better with generating leads for the customer, and then hopefully they renew for another 3 months. One of the brothers that I know, he got a contract for 1 year, not just 3 months, 1 year. But that is kind of rare unless you can develop a very, very good relationship with the other person, your client. They're probably on average stay for 3 to 6 months. So yeah, option number one is run a typical lead generation agency. Or option number two is think aside from the lead gen agency. And for people that are more aware of what the digital marketing space is and SMMA is, we're going into 2025. So I'd like for you, especially, I'm doing this and just me speaking to you and coaching you and having other people listen. Do you know what the lead gen agency space is and the digital marketing space is? We're going into 2025. Let's think of these things in a different way. So what I'm trying to say is, who Serge is, and the way he teaches things is the build and release offer. Build and release offer is something that allows you to charge a lot more upfront. And essentially what it would be is build and release simply just means he's combined done for you and done with you. Lead gen agency is done for you only, right? So you're limited with that. So that people tend to think agency is just done for you. But what I'm inviting you to do is just forget about the typical lead gen agency or SMMA. Let's kind of start understanding what the fundamentals are. So let's kind of combine done for you and done with you. So what that would mean is you potentially charge 6K up front. You create a package because John, for example, your client John, he doesn't want just leads. He wants the end goal of growing his business, whatever the case is. So there's little things that it takes between the way to actually get to that point. So you could have a build and release offer for 6K where your media buyer comes in. Basically, Hormozy, when he was scaling his gym offer, what he did was when ads start running, it's just literally copy paste. So you know exactly if it's worked with this accountant, it's going to work with this accountant as well. So you just have your media buyer just copy paste the same ad set, same audience, literally everything onto this new client's like ad account. Set everything up, lead generation is happening, leads are coming in, and then what you over time start doing is add other aspects. Okay, how to utilize these leads, and over time you'll learn from other people in this space. And I've got one name for you that is doing pretty well by coaching other accountants. So let me just pull up his name. It's Ryan Lazansis. I don't know if I pronounced this correctly, but Abdul, just write this down. Search him up. Ryan Lazansis. He's like a coach for accountants to help them grow. So just see what sort of stuff he's teaching and what he's teaching when it comes to the sales process. So you can build that and put it into your build and release offer. So what the build and release offer would allow you to do is charge 6K up front, add these little core aspects that allow people, your clients, to get to the end goal that they want, and then just have some sort of continuity after that, like management for 500 a month from it. Basically, what that will allow you to do is just have more LTV per customer. So option number one, the easy way, which for all of you right now that are probably very confused, just go for option A for the beginning. But Abdu, maybe think about option number B, the build and release offer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And actually, this 2.5K client, I'm not actually just doing Facebook ads for him. He asked me to book appointments for him. So
Right.
that's something new that I'm gonna try. And I think that would be nice to actually try with other clients so that I can get some more
Yeah,
testimonials, right? So
100%.
yeah, for
100%. Yes.
sure.
Just test things out, because at scale you'll have to test things out. So with
Yeah.
this 2.5K, you've got that proof of concept. Okay, I just had to ask for a bit more. Now, next time, what I would do in your case is let's just go one step forward a bit more. Let's do
Okay.
3.5K. If there's too much objection, then give them a special discount and put it on to 2.5K, because cause and effect says that if it's worked once with this guy, it will work again with other people as well. And so if you give the same value proposition, they will pay 2.5K. But just test the waters. And then if
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
let's say, the guy pays you 3.5K, and then next time you charge 5K, and then the 5K price point, most people pay you 50% of that upfront. And that happens for, let's say, for about 15, 20 calls. Then you know that generally your market hits that kind of ceiling where around that 2.5 to 3K mark. So then you got your perfect pricing of 3K. Did that make sense? So
Yeah,
for
that makes a lot of sense.
you're paying up front, you just keep testing prices. And that is literally what it takes to start a business like this, because there's no right answer. You're coming up with the right answer as you're doing it. But for people that are confused, you don't have to worry about all that stuff. We're talking about something else. But now, did that answer the first question, how to get more MRR? Do you
Yeah,
understand?
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
And again,
Yeah.
more we can talk about later on our one-on-ones. But number two is how to scale and make this passive. Now, how to scale your ads at $30 a day, and you're only using one ad at the moment, right?
Yeah, I got one ad. Yeah.
So what I would do is basically what I found is scaling DM ads, which will run it for you horizontally, serves you better. So basically what I would do is if you want to double your ad spend, just 30 Canadian a day. I don't know what that would be in pounds, because I think in pounds with ad spend, but I would duplicate that ad to start doubling your ad spend, and do not increase ad spend a lot at once. Maximum for each ad set, increase it by 20% every 4 days. But I wouldn't go more than 100 Canadian per ad. I wouldn't go more than 100 Canadian per ad. Otherwise, what happens is the algorithm gets messed up and the performance completely tanks. So for your next step would be, let's say, this 2.5K client, the mindset that you need to have is, okay, let's put half of what I've just got from this client back into ads and just duplicate that ad and put out however much per day you want. And then that's how you keep growing. You have money for your bills, but you also put money back into the business and then keep like that. 30 Canadian is like, yeah. Okay, yeah. So basically, that should be good. What I tend to do is I don't go more than 60 pounds per day per ad, because then what happened once last year was I scaled way too fast, and then it just completely tanked. The whole month tanked, and I didn't know what I was doing. So this is what I mean by I've gone through all of that stuff. And another thing I would also do, Abdul, are you verified on Instagram?
I'm not verified, man.
You are?
I'm not.
No, I would get verified ASAP, because what's happening is it's Q4 and Christmas time is coming. So this is the time where all the businesses are going to be pushing ads a lot because of the holiday season deals, and Facebook Meta is going to do whatever it takes to get you out of the way. So they can either block your Facebook accounts, they can take down your IGs, which has happened to be 6 times. So what being verified allows you to do is have a quick chat with them. Hey, I'm not doing anything weird, just put my account back up. But I've had to pay someone 4,000 to get my accounts back once. So I have a guy as well in Meta who gets it back, but I would get verified ASAP. So anyway, how to make it how to scale, you would duplicate it for now. And then because we're doing the DM ad system at the moment, which means that these are buy or die leads, meaning that they're not continuing to get nurtured by your content. They're just, DMing you, and then either they're qualified, you jump on a call with them. They're not, you just leave them, or maybe put them in some sort of follow-ups, kind of re-follow-up schedule. But generally, these are buy or die leads. But what we're going to do next is at scale, we're going to start doing some sort of nurture sequence, either by email or maybe your Instagram content. But I'll explain how to do those ads later on. But making it passive, now, what we hear on these YouTube videos, the typical YouTube videos, passive income style, passive income stream. What that basically just means is making money without having to work. But there's that thing, but then there's also, are you having to worry about that business at all? And the way you don't have to worry about that business is having the right team members and having the right processes in place that you can rely on, and you don't have to kind of worry about, okay, I know ads are running, It'll predictably give me the lead, so I don't have to worry about the lead generation. Then the next step would be hiring a closer. We can go into hiring a closer later on. It's not the time yet, but generally that's how you do. Did I answer you these two questions so far?
No, you did actually. Yeah. Very
Perfect.
clear.
Any other questions right now before we move on?
Enough for now. We can keep going.
All right, perfect. And everyone else, I know I kind of went too far ahead. You guys aren't at this stage yet, but hopefully you can see what to expect. But do you guys have any questions so far about what I've just said? No? Okay, perfect.
Not at this time, no.
Okay, perfect. Let's move on to the next topic. Now, key mindset that I've learned after spending 75K USD on mentors and different programs, etc. And this is not the only thing that I've learned after 75,000, but I'm just saying the mindset that I've learned after spending that much on courses, different programs, is just simply these 3 action steps. So it's very simple on how our brain, our body works. Is we give it the intention, our body then does the action steps to go towards it. Like right now, if you wanted to get up and go to the kitchen, you wouldn't think to yourself, okay, I'm going to lift my right hand up and then my left hand, and then I'm going to take the first step forward. You just give it the intention. You have this brief second of this mental image in your head, and then your body just does the action steps, which is stored in your subconscious. I'm not the expert, but this is generally how it tends to work. Now, what a lot of people go wrong with is they give the intention of failure. Oh, what if it doesn't work? What if I can't do this? It's way too complicated. You're giving it the intention for it to not work, so you won't possibly do the action steps that it takes to actually get there. So essentially, all I've learned, just a simplified mindset, is even in the most successful self-help books, this is the key concept that it teaches. Set a goal, have complete clarity on what you want, 10K a month. Working 3 hours a day maximum. I want to have peace of mind, just complete clarity on what exactly you want. And then number 2, ask yourself, what is the fastest way? What is the fastest way of actually getting to 10,000 a month? Because income is measured in time a lot than amount. So what I'm trying to say is, let's say, for example, you make 10,000, but you make that in a year, you're not rich. But if you make that in a month, then yes, you're getting there. So it is measured in time a lot more than the amount itself. So ask yourself, what is the fastest, most efficient way of getting there? And I feel like what I've shared with you guys so far, the digital marketing space, is the most effective way in getting to your goals. And then also a part of number 2 is then act on it. Act on what is necessary. That is a key part of actually setting that goal. There's so many people that set these 5-year goals and I want to do this and that. It doesn't matter that you have this goal unless you actually ask yourself what is the most effective way of getting there, and then actually act on it. And number 3 is be consistent. Just don't give up. Like, I know it sounds cliche, don't give up, but like just stick to it, because what happens is, even with, like, rockets that are going into space, they're off trajectory the whole time. They go into space, then they course correct, they go in a different direction again, then they course correct. So it's basically having this target, and then you keep course correcting, but at least you take the next step forward. It's very, very important that you have full clarity on what this point is, what the end goal is, so you can stay consistent, keep course correcting, be flexible, keep trying until you get there. Because you guys already know this is the answer. Like, you literally just went through an example, a live example of what is possible. So you know this is possible. Just keep going, try different things, see what works for you. And before I move on, I'd also like to clear up, the reason I say this is the digital marketing space is because I want to simplify it for people to understand. But generally, if I'm going to be honest, what I actually teach is direct response marketing. So, the I help statements that I gave to you, all of you, and Abdul as well, which you just put out using the systems and then got those people on a sales call, use the sales structure, got them as a client, and then outsourced it. That's called direct response marketing. It's probably the oldest thing possible. Those TV ads that you see, hey, if you want this, if you want this kitchen knife, this special kitchen knife, we'll give you this satisfaction guarantee. If you're interested, call this number. Those sort of ads, that is called direct response marketing. And all we're doing is taking that concept and using this in the online space with a ton of different businesses. So, literally all you guys have to do is just pick, okay, even if you don't want to do these brick and mortar businesses or the businesses that I've suggested, I know a lady that helps women get on vegan diets, and she charges 5K for a program. So this is all direct response marketing is. You come up with a niche, you understand what they want, give them a risk reversal, the money back guarantee, and make sure your program is good, or your product is good, and then get them on a sales call, use a sales structure, and then basically deliver the product. The only reason I teach this sort of model is because then when you get the client, you don't have to have the skill yourself. You can just outsource it. So let's not get stuck on the agency part. What I'm teaching is direct response marketing. I'll give you two examples. Coming back to the point that I just told you earlier about having a clear intention. When there's a will, there's a way. You know, when you know these people that have this specific target, they just find a way. I know so many examples. I'd like to give you an example of a client, an agency client. I had a sales agency up until last June, where we're working with coaches, consultants, and basically just managing their sales and all that stuff. But anyway, I had this client that I literally from scratch got him from 0 to 83,000 a month consistently. Consistently, I was $1 million a year asset for him, and this guy is the most. He just had no kind of way of communicating. He was just a terrible person to work with. Like, I don't know why I did it, but anyway, our agreement was 15%. Whatever I make for him, whatever I close from his leads through my sales agency, I get to keep 15%. Now, this guy all of a sudden decides that after June, like last year, June, he was gonna, without telling me anything, he's gonna decrease my percentage, the rev share from 15% to 10% out of nowhere without telling me anything. Like, who the hell does that? Like, there's someone that's helped you go from 0 to 1 million a year and created a whole sales process. I actually gave him all the call recordings, everything, so he has the sales structure for his brand new offer that I literally did from scratch. And he just said, hey, from July onwards, it's going to be 10%. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna stick with you. It's not worth my time. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is this guy, with that sort of mindset, his approach was like this with everything else, like completely illogical. But the only thing that he had was this will. I will make 3 million a year. I will make 3 million a year. And I just was talking to one of my colleagues the other day, and he is doing that. He recreated the whole team and whatever the case is, and he got back there. So what the point of me telling you this is that you don't need to be particularly good at social skills or anything, to be honest. Like, you just need to have that will or that clear end goal, and then, you know, if you just stick to it long enough, you get there. When there's a will, there's a way. And another example I'd like to give. So earlier this year, I went to this mastermind because obviously to teach you guys what is going on in the market, I need to make sure that my knowledge is up to date as well. So I got to meet a lot of people, and I'm not going to obviously name them, but I met this specific lady. And then basically we were just sharing revenue numbers, etc. And she's making 250K a month. And I ask her, like, what's the strategy here? Like, how are you getting leads? And she says, just TikTok organic. She just blew up on TikTok. And I ask her, oh, are you using ads? She's like, no, I'm scared of ads. I'm like, what? You're making 250K a month and you're scared of ads? She's like, scared of spending money on ads. And then basically says, I don't do sales either. I don't like sales, or I don't know how to do sales. So she doesn't know ads. She doesn't know how to do sales. Her whole business is based around her getting leads from that typical, you know, the top of funnel marketing that people do with fancy holidays and Lambos and all that stuff. But that's so temporary. Just imagine tomorrow TikTok decides to shut her down. That's it. Like, her business is gone. Her 2-3 million a year business is gone. Like, but again, it comes to that point of when there's a will, you just find a way. Like, things happen and you find a way. She got someone to help her with sales. She got someone to guide her through organic content, whatever the case is, and she was making the money that she wanted. So again, this is powerful, guys. Just stop asking yourself the question, what if it doesn't work? Or what if this, what if that? Just give yourself this set goal and truly believe it's going to happen. I promise you, you'll find a way. Because again, when there's a will, there's a way. And let me end this with this last example. Just imagine you live. I have something quick. Go on, Samira. Please share it.
I can share it after you finish because it's
Go on.
like a 2-minute thing.
No, go on. Do it now.
Basically, there is this YouTuber that I watch, and he's really, really good when it comes to explaining making money and everything like that, Islamically. And I didn't want to go on too long about this, but I'll share the link. And since Azam was talking about like goal setting and finding a will to make things happen, this video is so powerful and it really, really works. So I'm going to share the link here, and just like you guys can watch it and apply it in your life with the goal setting, and yeah, you can thank me later. But there's the video.
Is it the
See what
Muhammad?
I said? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I like his videos, but the only thing I'm afraid of is he's adding shirky things in an Islamic perspective. You know those law of attraction things. If you feel this way and you will manifest money. It's just basically he's adding those shirky things. I haven't watched his recent videos, but his titles just scare me, so I just try and stay away from.
You
But
know,
maybe this video
you
is
know
good.
what it is though? This one, he just literally talks about goal setting.
Okay,
So
go.
writing your goals
Yeah.
1 year from now as if you're living in them.
Yeah.
It's just like a quick 10-minute video. So it's nothing got to do with manifestation. It's literally just about goal setting, and that's all it is.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
I mean,
yeah.
guys, check it out. Do let me know if it's good. I might check it out later as well. But yeah, okay, cool. So as I was saying, the point about the mailroom example, this is just like an imagery that I like to give to you, just to solidify the point that I just gave to you earlier on. So imagine you're living in a building, you have this common mailroom, and you're aware that your parcel is somewhere in that mailroom. You make your way downstairs, you go into the mailroom, you open the door, and you see a ton of boxes. You see a ton of mail, and you believe it's there. You just kind of start moving things around and trying to look for your mail, but you just end up giving up. Is it even there? Why am I spending this time just moving things around? There's so many different parcels here. Is my mail even there? But then you check your phone and you get a message. You actually see a picture of the delivery driver taking a picture. Okay, your mail is definitely in that mail room. There's no doubt whether it's in there or not. Then you start looking for, even harder. And okay, there's no chance that it's not there. I got that certainty that it's there. I just need to keep looking until I get it. So that's exactly how you need to kind of look at your goals. Like, when you don't have certainty that the thing that you want is already there, it just defeats the whole purpose of you taking action, because us as humans, we want certainty that the action steps that we're doing will actually lead to somewhere, because one of our key goals subconsciously is survival. We don't want to waste our precious energy that we have as humans. So it is very, very crucial. Again, you understand, you need to know that this thing that it's possible, 10K a month will happen no matter what. No matter what, it will happen. Now, again, one more try to solidify this point. What I have gone into the practice of doing, and one of my mentors did teach me, was pray to Allah and use his most beloved names, like Al-Hayy Al-Qayyum, like the ever-living, the sustainer of all existence. His most beloved name. Just ask him for that thing that you want, and just it's already done. It's there. And just tie your camel after that. Just tie your camel. Yeah, Reha, do you have your hands raised?
Oh, I'm sorry, that was an accident.
That's all right. But yeah, just pray for that one thing, and just it's already done. There's no chance that it won't actually happen. You just need to tie your camel. But you're probably also thinking, but it's hard to believe it until I actually see it happen. That's the sort of mindset that a lot of us have, which is fair. It's logical. But all great things start with a mental image. You doing this program started with a mental image that you had in your mind of, okay, me having financial freedom is possible. Then you took the action, you saw this happen, and then you jumped on board. So all great things start with a mental image. So you have to see it here. It's so cringy, I'm saying this, but you have to see it here and then make it into reality. But it's just the way things work. It's cringy, and it's said by a lot of people because there's truth to it. And the thoughts that you're getting, doubting yourself, and is this gonna work or not? Just do a thought, like that is waswas. Like, just whatever is happening in here isn't reality. Like, it's just whatever you think about the future, whether it's good or bad, it's made up, because you don't know the future. Very important to understand. So whatever it is, just stop thinking like it's not serving you. If it's giving you bad thoughts, just have that thought on your mind, like ponder on what you're saying, so then you can take yourself away from the stupid things that you're thinking, which aren't serving you in any way. If you're going to think about something, think about the thing that you want. Right? Our brain is a servo mechanism. You set the target, and it just does anything to get to that goal. I really hope I've done something for you guys to solidify this point, and hopefully it helps you in some way. But just to end this presentation off, remember, guys, all roads lead to 30 book consultations. Abdul's an example. He did 30 consultations. He got the expected KPI. Income is a byproduct of the action, not how long you've been in the program. It's you actually doing the action. For phase 2, people get your first 1.5K client, and then we'll look at automation. And that is literally the end. Hopefully you guys find this useful. Please give me feedback so I can continue to make these presentations better week by week. If you can drop a 1 or a 10 in the WhatsApp chat. 10, this was exactly what I needed for this coming week. 1 is this was terrible and served me at all. Would love if you guys could send that to me on WhatsApp. That's pretty much it. Inshallah, if you need any sort of help, shoot me a message on WhatsApp. If you want a one-on-one, Samira has kindly volunteered to give you one-on-ones if you really need it. But yeah, inshallah, I will speak to you guys next week. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
وعليكم السلام